बेचो बेचो बेचो, बेच बेच के सीखो, सिखाई बेच के सीखो, जो जो सीखा उसी को बेचो, जब जब सीखा तुरंत बेचो, जहां सीखा वहीं बेचो, जितना सीखा पूरा बेचो, जिससे सीखा उसी को बेचो.
So, good afternoon, audience. Today we are going to talk on a very interesting topic, which is student entrepreneurship and the role of student startups in making India's startup ecosystem. We have with us Professor Prasad Teegalapally. He's fondly known as Professor Mandi. Professor Mandi has very humble beginnings. He, in fact, financed his own studies by doing odd tailoring jobs. But today, with over 25 plus years of academia experience, he's a distinguished professor of student startups at NITIE. He's also the founder of NITIE Center for Student Enterprises, and he's the creative brain behind an award-winning entrepreneurial program, which is Mandi. So, welcome, sir, to this RealE show.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to speak to you and your stories. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think let's dive right in. The word is very unique, right? Mandi, sir. So you're Professor Prasad, but now you're known as Mandi. So tell us this journey from Prasad to Mandi, and why are you called as Mandi in your own?
Oh, it's a very, very enticing question for me. I love to answer this. Okay. One of the biggest issues which we have seen in education anywhere in the world is that the classroom never goes to the Mandi market. The market is different, Mandi is different, and the classroom is different. Actually, there is a huge divide between padai or kamai or karna or seekna. There is a huge divide. The concept of Mandi is that students learn better when they go to Mandi, they work in market, they involve themselves, engage in Mandi is the whole concept. Actually, I use more often Mandi rather than market because Mandi has got a real sense rather than a market. Market is very, very minor way and very, very, it doesn't touch the dil chuan nahi actually. That's what I feel like that. So a political science student, a public education student, a physics science, a mathematics, a zoology, a botany, a chemistry student can understand their subject by going to market. Mandi. So actually that is the lacuna in the educational system all across the world. And when we take the student to the Mandi, they understand, they earn, they learn, they become job holders, they also become job givers. So methodology and pedagogy of learning, when you make it Mandi, and the teachers who use this methodology are called Mandi. So I use it, people call me as Mandi. If you use it, I call you as a Mandi actually. And this is an innovative pedagogy where across the world, faculty are really realizing it and using it. I was a 10 years commerce student and become a 20, 25 years, 30 years a business management professor. So commerce and business management are closely related.
Right.
So वाणिज्य है, ये तो व्यापार है.
Right.
That is trading and this is basically a व्यापार है. So when I became a professor, I felt that I'm not doing justice to the teaching and the learning because there is no accountability. There is no proof that student has learned it or not. Usually the system of proofing is that examination marks. Actually, examination marks is basically a complete, it's very horrible kind of a method. So doctor conducts his own test and say that patient is better. I mean, that's not an exam kind of thing, no? We require an objective test with which you say that fever has reduced, pain has reduced, the healing has happened. We got a objective test. So in education, we don't have it like this. So I completely became a rebel out of it. The reason for is that I was 2 plus 3 plus 2 years, almost 9 years, I was a commerce student. And my belief is that if I am learning commerce, if I am really learning commerce, इसका proof है कि मैं पैसे बनाना है.
Okay.
I can't learn commerce without by spending money.
Very nice.
ये तो पूरा it's basically a झूठ है. So I was 2 plus 3 plus 2 years. I was talking about profit loss. I never had a profit, always had a loss.
Very interesting, sir.
I was talking about income and expenditure. Never मेरे जिंदगी में income नहीं था, कल expenditure ही था. अरे कैसे होता भाई?
Very nice, sir. On the similar lines, I have a very interesting idea or the thought that I want to ask you. So, with this evolving scene in India, since you are talking about a 25-year journey that you have had, so now, but the startup scene in India has evolved and changed a lot in the recent times, right? So, if you can help me understand what are the top motivations that drive students to choose the path of entrepreneurship instead of traditional jobs?
Yeah. Startup India program is an amazing program. I think it came at the right time. And especially this is the right time to make it. And with the given technology happening, all these kind of things, startup is one of the best things to happen. But I wish to say here is that how to do startup, there should be an innovation. Conventionally, startup cannot work for startup in India. Like, for example, pick up an idea, go there, invest in money, and you try to for the customers. This is conventional 30 years, 40 years story of startups. No, it doesn't work. Today, the very models of startups is very different. We got a lean startup model. Lean startup model is not a startup model, really startup model. It's an absolutely lean startup model. So these models are extremely useful for one type of category of population. I'm not talking about unemployed youth. I'm not talking about educated people who are doing jobs coming for startup. That's not the thing which I'm talking. I'm talking about college-going population. In college-going population, in a country like India, we got 4 crores. 4 crore बच्चे कॉलेज जाता है, कॉलेज से आता है. Every day like that. So these 4 crore students are the best people to start startups.
So, sir, basically,
and the model is very clear that it can be done in a lean model. This can be done along with an education. This is made to improve education. This is made to make little money out of education. This is made to get a better jobs because of education.
Right.
बहुत अजीब चीज मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Startup is used to get a better job. It's nothing wrong. Actually, the 4 crore students, if they become good startups, they all become employable. And they throw away jobs and they get jobs very easy. And they can give jobs to others. So Startup India is one of the best things to happen for new education policy. On 2 reasons. I wish to stress here 2 numbers.
Yes, sir.
New education policy, 50% gross enrollment ratio is stressed. Today, the gross enrollment ratio is only 22, 23, 24%. We are going to double the gross enrollment ratio. Already, we have 1 crore people passing out every year searching for jobs, and they are not finding jobs. So, अभी 50% gross enrollment ratio होते तो 25 to 50 होते तो क्या होने वाला है आप सोच रहे?
डबल हो जाएंगे वो.
Double हो जाएंगे, 2 crore हो जाएंगे.
Right.
And that's a chaotic kind of thing. 2 crore people every year passing out, it's going to be a threat to the whole social harmony. But we need 50% gross enrollment ratio. So this can be achieved only through startups. एक number है. दूसरा number. We are talking about 6% investment in education. So for GDP 6% we never did. We did it only 2%.
Right.
So we are planning for 3 times. Whether it will happen or not is a big question mark. Actually, if we have startups in education, we don't require 6%. ये 2% बहुत ज़्यादा है हमारे लिए. 50,000 crores is more than enough for us.
Because वो खुद से कमाएंगे.
So on 2 reasons, 6% and 50%. 6% GDP investment and 50% gross enrollment ratio. Startup is the best thing. The target is 4 crore graduate students. And they should earn every day 100 rupees. college output. And 4 crore students earning every day 100 rupees is 400 crores.
Right.
And 400 crores every day, 300 days is 12,000 crores. ये 100 रुपए कमाना बहुत आसान है आज. 2 डिलीवरी दे दे तो आपको हो जाएगा. 2 डिलीवरी, 3 डिलीवरी देने से हो जाएगा. And today the technology is possible, opportunities are available, and they will be using this for education, employment, enterprise, earning, furthering their education. Go ahead.
राइट सो सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था इट्स फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स इनका मोटिवेशन क्या है व्हाट आर देयर टॉप मोटिवेशन जिससे कि वो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में आए और ट्रेडिशनल जॉब्स में ना जाए.
It is the learning method. रट मार के पढ़ना एक चीज है, बेच के सीखना भी एक नया चीज है. Actually, when you go sell and learn it, it's much more motivating. When tire meets the road, that is the ultimate way for test of a tire. Okay, so this is one of the best motivations for that. They get money, they understand better. And second more important thing is we make this part of curriculum. This is not extracurricular, this is not parallel and outside. This is in curriculum, embedded as part of learning marketing, learning communication, learning economics, learning strategy, learning operations, learning finance. अरे यही है ना पढ़ाई में, और क्या है. सप्लाई चेन में यही है, ऑपरेशंस में यही है. So embedding is the motivation, earning is the motivation, going out and talking to meeting the motivation, application of their knowledge is the motivation, marks is the motivation, jobs is the motivation. So today young men, they don't want to study in the book like today. The book is okay, they read it for a day, but they don't read for 24/7 like your grandfather. Grandfather used to read every day like that, no? But today, your grandson will not. He says that, why should I read that? He will ask you very different question. It's nothing wrong. So, I find that motivation is that money, marks, and merit, jobs is the motivation. And I have seen through my eyes for the last 20 years. And they make me entrepreneurs. And I mean, you people are the evidence for me. I mean, that's what I say. Now, this gentleman is evidence for me. Laltan is evidence for me like that. No? I got n number of people who are there. This is 1K, 1,000. Okay. This is a Kirana shops which are being created by Sharma. An amazing kind of a company which is being created. So there are a number of. The motivation is that application, value creation is the motivation for a student. Yeah.
And few deterrents.
Is there any deterrent, sir? Motivation के अलावा कोई challenge या why people may not want to go for this?
Yeah. The deterrence basically is the reluctance by an academic community. Academic community are not coming forward. आज भी JNU का प्रोफेसर बोलता है कि सोशियोलॉजी प्रोफेसर पढ़ाते, मैं पढ़ाता हूँ कि जॉब देना सरकार की काम है. यार तो कैसा हो जाएगा. बोलता है कि मेरा काम है मैं पढ़ाना है, मैं क्या पढ़ाऊंगा कि नारा कैसा देना पढ़ाऊंगा, हम क्या चाहते. अच्छी बात है भाई, बट you can't say that, no? With 22%, 23% gross enrollment ratio, 1 crore people are passing, there are no jobs available. And we are making 50% gross enrollment ratio because there are a population which is in India which requires to get education. And we can make education in such a way that it will take care of it. The biggest problem, lacuna, is the teachers' generation. Engagement is the biggest problem. And I wish to stress here is that in Europe, amazing kind of work is happening on entrepreneurial education. I'm extremely sorry to say this, that somehow we don't keep our eyes open, we don't keep our vision open. Today they are talking about entrepreneurial education, most of the European universities. I pray to the Almighty that these faculty open up, release the energies of youngsters, saying that बेटा आप आपका खुद का पैर पे खड़े होकर आप सीख सकते हैं, ये बोल सकते हैं. And most of these teachers have come up self-supporting. One of the most important things you should look at. I've seen a lot of people who are talking about saying that they came hard way, but they don't want to give that as a method which is made relieving for these students, 4 crore students able to earn every day 100 rupees. आज graduates earning 100 रुपए is not at all issue.
Right. तो सर मेरा क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट आपने राइट पॉइंट टच किया है इज अबाउट कंट्रास्टिंग आवर इकोसिस्टम विद फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज सो एनीथिंग कैन बी लर्न फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम इन द यूएस यूरोप और चाइना because currently India is at number 3rd when it comes to startup ecosystem.
Yeah.
So how can we get to number 1?
Even what I see is that entrepreneurial education research is happening, the kind of attempts are happening in Europe, but still they're also falling behind. Like, and the student startups, the enterprising the learning, designing the learning in such a way that it creates value, is even absent in US education. I've studied, I've seen a lot of universities there also. So I still say that, and this thought of enterprising education, I call it Ujjama Vidya. Udyog Pragati nahi hai. Udyog Pragati means industry progress.
Right.
Ujjama Vidya means basically education. Vidya, it's made to be an Ujjami kind of thing. It's an enterprising the education. So that they can learn, they can become an industry, they can become entrepreneurs, they become an employees, they can become anything of what they want. No issues with that. So still, I have not seen many of their worldwide kind of thing. It is dependent education, it's subsidized education. It is perpetually helping capitalist kind of thing. Please understand, the variation in income is because of intelligent students are becoming employees. IIMs and IIT students, when they become employees, it only helps the large difference between the haves and have-nots. But with this bunch, this number of people, when they become entrepreneurs, the capitalism will get diluted. And middle class, lower middle class becomes capitalist. And if everybody becomes a capitalist, capitalism is completely absorbed.
Sir, very interesting thought. मजा आ गया सुन के. What are you saying?
No, but
Seriously,
my dear friend, I mean, I said that every educator should become an employer. Nothing wrong in that. Actually, a lot of people ask me saying that if everybody becomes an entrepreneur, who will work for it? अरे यार वो आने दे यार, that utopian come, let it come. No, so why you everybody get married? Why? How come you can have? What सोच रहा है यार? ऐसा मत सोचो. Every educator should and must become a job giver. And that time, the difference between the haves and have-nots will get reduced. Today, job givers are very few, and very few. It is minimizing, and job doers are bulging. And most intelligent people are becoming most subservient, conformist. Sir, yes, boss बोल. अरे IIT वाला, IIM वाला, NITIE वाला, IIM मुंबई वाला, yes बस बोलने से क्या फायदा है? yes बस नहीं बोलना, होना कि ऐसा क्यों करना? ऐसा भी करूंगा. So I wish that all educated should become entrepreneurs, and most of the educated should become entrepreneurs. And this is only a design solution. If you can make an education become somebody take jobs, we can also make the same education थोड़ा tinkering करके job use.
Very powerful.
I'll repeat the sentence again. Job taking is a absolute an industry. We have evolved it. Today, every doctor can be made, every engineer can be made, every MBA can be made. They're all become good job doers like that. We have mastered it. Same mastery process we can also alter it. थोड़ा reverse करना है बस. 22 क्रोमोसोम में एक क्रोमोसोम को बदल देने से वो जेंट और लेडी बन जाता है. उसमें ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. इसमें तो थोड़ी सी फर्क है. तो सरकार जो काम करना है वो ऑलरेडी कर चुका है. This is in 2019. This particular document was released by the Pranav Mukherjee in Darbar Hall, saying that student startups. And there are provisions which are created by AICTE, And this is there for the last 2019 SEBI. And it is said very clearly that colleges should encourage enterprising as part of education. They said that a college should be able to allocate 1% of their revenue for enterprising in the college system. आज हम प्लेसमेंट के लिए पैसा खर्चा करता है, but we don't do it for the same for the enterprise. So एक डॉक्यूमेंट में बोला है कि please understand, if you are making 100 crores income in a college, at least keep aside 1 crore so that this will be devoted for enterprise. ये चीज बोला है. You should give students relaxation for classes so that they work on enterprises. These are the policy documents have come. Third thing, they said that students should be given assignments which are enterprising assignments. We have not done it like that. So policy wise, everything is in place, but so-called educating people are not getting educated. So there are basic problems like this. Now 30, 40, 50 years of education, what we have done is that we have separated market from the classroom. पढ़ने वाला मार्केट पे नहीं देखना है, ऐसा कैसा होता है भाई? पढ़ने वाला मार्केट में जाके देख के आना है. This is what is so ideal.
Sir, multiple thoughts and multiple questions coming to mind with such an enriching.
I'm proudly wearing a T-shirt of Lalten. Lalten is a company done in my classroom. मेरे साथ बैठ के उधर कंपनी करते थे. आज इतना बड़ा कंपनी है, इतना बड़ा कंपनी. Go ahead.
Actually, मुझे याद है आपने इस चीज पे फोकस किया था. You focused when we were also at the college that one should start their own company. So I am touching upon that now. Can you help us understand some of the or narrate some of the success stories that student startups from IIM Mumbai and has emerged over a period of time?
Yeah. I mean, so I came out with 4-5 different models of student startups. One is the Mandi.
Right.
One is the Mandi. So it's basically one day exercise. एक बहुत ही आसान चीज है, and this can be done for across the world. Across the world. I wish to say here that recently I did a program in one of the universities. This is on November 13th, October 13th, Ambedkar Jayanti Day. So we made students to sell Ambedkar biography copies in the market, and this program is called Angadi in Hyderabad. It is done 400 students. So a civic student can do, political science student can do, biology student can do, geology student can do. Okay, this is a toothbrush. This is a wooden toothbrush, not a plastic toothbrush. So my daughter is a dental doctor, so I made her to sell these things in the market. Student can do very easily. Like, for example, this is a bamboo-based pen. It's such a wonderful thing which you can be used for it like this. Okay, this is the Mandi exercise, one day exercise. Then we went to few other exercises, like, for example, register your company. Right. So this is an assignment which I used to give it. I used to put almost a pistol on the face of the microphone, so that if you don't do it, you don't get a marks. Like that. Right. They used to say that, sir, it's very this thing. But we converted into a festival and made it like that. I'm very happy to say here that a company called Indian Auto Gas. Right. This is by Rahul from Nagpur. Yeah. He has got around 60-70 gas stations, and today he's 300 crore, 200 crore, 300 crore की मालिक है. So you can imagine like that. बोले कि हमें बेटा आप तो 500 करोड़ हैं सर, मैं तो 1000 करोड़ के लिए मैं देख रहा हूँ हल्का भला. Yeah. So I made him to register a company. He was so happy. And 6 years down the line, 7 years down the line, became a big entrepreneur. By 30, he became a CEO of a company. So that small feeding in the classroom, which we made him to register a company in the classroom, that became such a big banyan tree, and he evolved into that. So similarly, the Lalten is also a company. So this is basically registering a company. So Mandi, registering a company, second. Third thing is that summer projects, SIPs are very common in campus. So there are some students who don't get SIP, they are not happy with SIPs. We make them saying that you can start a startup. So why they don't get an SIP? Is it a lacuna like that? I was talking to one boy who got a, after TCS working, he had got a 4 years break, 3 years break because of घर में कुछ problem है. Father and mother maternal some issues are going to be there because well, it's a natural. He came and talked to me personally like that. So I doubt whether he will get a good SIP because of that 33 years gap. It doesn't mean that he's a bad guy, but he can convert that the same thing into an enterprise, should be able to get a better placement later on. So we can make the SIPs to startups, the third. And fourth one, we have a year-end project, final year projects are also going. 9 months project we used to have it. So 9 months project also we used to convert it as startup. So a lot of people say that 9 months में क्या होता है करने के लिए 9 months की जरूरी नहीं है 1 month भी हो सकता है 1 day में भी हो सकता है. So we have to adjust the startup into 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Size है X, XL, double XL, triple XL startup भी XL size है बस इसमें कुछ क्या बड़ी बात है. And he should not be saying that startup means it should be last for 100 years. नहीं, पहले प्ले करने के लिए it should not be for 100 years. It should not be for investment, reception, company. नहीं, कुछ नहीं होता है.
हासिल करना
खाली skeletal startup हो सकता है. That is called lean startup. Lean startup is basically no nonsense, only sense. That's all. Product and customer. बस इतना ही.
सर 2 क्वेश्चन है. एक तो आप quickly if you can tell us if you have numbers with you, how many companies so far would have been registered, if you have any number from IIM Mumbai.
Probably we have registered around 4,000-5,000 companies.
That's a very good number.
And most of these people, when they registered a company, एक कीड़ा अंदर चढ़ जाता है. ये नहीं उतरेगा, नहीं उतरेगा. ये दारू नहीं है कि चढ़ गया उतर गया, थोड़ी होने वाला है. ये तो चढ़ गया, उतरने वाला नहीं. Enterprise is such a kind of thing. Once it gets into, it won't come down. That's it.
Another question I had for you. You mentioned already some of the startups that have come alive from NITIE and IIM Mumbai now. So if you can name maybe a couple of them more, which
amazing. So Lalton is one kind of company. Okay, this is Indian Auto Gas.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll show the T-shirts because your audience should also be able to believe that. Okay, they are there actually. Okay.
Zaike ka tadka.
Zaike ka tadka. Amazing. Apeksha Honda is an amazing lady. Polygon by Sandeep Neliwal, amazing company. Square Ants by Vivek Agarwal, amazing company. Maxon created a EV company. What is that?
Magenta.
Look at the way like that. Please understand. 4 crore students, even 40,000, 1 lakh people, if you trigger it, that's enough for us. That's the beauty. Actually, the system of education triggers the enterprising element in the youth. Today, technology is there. Today, everything is available. Funding we have, everything is available. If you have a product and idea, there are delivery boys. You don't require to strain yourself to deliver it. There are people who are available. So, अब क्या कि विजिल मारो आएगा क्या कि सामान लेके डिलीवरी करेगा. हाँ बोले तो उधर करेगा. So today the technology is available, systems are available, funding is available, knowledge is available, ideas are available. Only thing is readiness. And the biggest problem we have is education. Education is not allowing people to get out. It's not opening like that. Please understand. पूरा बदल गया दुनिया. पूरा बदल गया. ये आज 24 hours, 1 hour, 10 hours. I mean, this is the mode of working which we are. We are not working for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Nahi. Today we are thinking about very different kind of world which we are looking at. So I got an amazing kind of companies like this. Huawei is one more company which I have seen. 1K is one more company I have seen it. There are so many companies like I recall at least 500 to 600 companies. I know them very well like that. And my success, I also would like to say very clearly that they starting a startup and struggling with it is my luck. Actually, if they succeeded or not doesn't matter. And
Yes.
जिंदगी में succeeding failure doesn't make. Whether you fought the war is more important. जिंदगी is basically living, fighting. Living is more important. नहीं सर मैं ऐसा सो जाऊंगा, ऐसा नहीं है. तो उठ के जाके करना है. हुआ नहीं हुआ बात की बात है. So as an MBA student, as an MBA professor, I feel that inculcating this feeling among the students is my good luck. RealE, for example, look at the way how it began. So today I have students, senior students, who are investing in current students. So एक बर्नी स्टडी बोल के एक झारखंड में एक कंपनी शुरू किया है. I wish you, I recommend you that Shubham Bernal.
Yeah, Shubham.
Amazing students. They did for 5 months. Can you imagine? They got a placement in January. They started in February. By June, they got a placement. I mean, the job mila hai. From January to June, 6 months they worked on. Today, they both, Anubhav and Shubham, both are working on the company. Side by, they're also doing their job with the company like that. And they are seeking an investment of maybe around 5 crores, 4 crores, 3 crores to go in a bigger way. And tomorrow it might become 1 crore unicorn. My issue is not that whether it will become unicorn or not. My issue is that can I make an MBA student to think very different? So my idea is that we should be able to inculcate among the students enterprising spirit as part of education. And they must go join the companies, work for 6 months, 1 year, and within that they should develop very well. Base they should create, get out of it. So education with enterprising, after education employment, after employment a big way enterprise.
Sir, एक last question है मेरा. Since now NITIE is being recognized as IIM 21st IIM and the name is changed to IIM Mumbai. Do you see is there going to be any special focus now on entrepreneurship? While it is fortunate to hear you saying that already 5,000 plus companies has been registered from NITIE. So do you see this change is going to brought out some more change in this journey, or it is going to fuel it?
I think I will give 2-3 reasons. Basically, I think it is inescapable. There is no other way for this. If we follow others, we cannot become what others are. It's important. If we follow Sachin Tendulkar, we can never become Sachin Tendulkar. Very important thing there. Imitators will never become what they imitated. One of the most important things. And there is no need for us to do it like that. Number one. Number two, we already have got a base. And third, more important thing is that we need to take a vision very different. And being in Mumbai, being in such a place like that, this kind of a background which we got it, we need not go standardized. SOP रहता है वही SOP में नहीं जाने की जरूरत. We have to create an SOP. I'm sure. I mean, this is there with my bosses also. We created innovation and entrepreneurship as a compulsory courses in the very first year, second and third module. We are also creating an incubation center. These are the other additional features we are getting in. I'm sure being in Mumbai, IIM Mumbai will also become a hallmark, a light for enterprise. I see it. And
Amazing. And sir, I think you spoke about it in bits and pieces throughout your conversation, but any final advice you would have for students who are either aspiring to be an entrepreneur or are just like thinking about it but need a nudge in that direction?
Yeah. Basically, I can appeal to my teachers, but that will take their own time. Basically, teachers, they take their own time. Today's students are very, very, they absorb very well. They need to stand on their own legs. Actually, today it's quite possible for them to stand on their legs. And most of them are. My only second appeal to them is that when you are standing on legs on yourself, get that, make it part of embedded part of education. That is second thing which we required. Actually, the more you put part of regular thing, you get certified, you get legitimized, you get a much more strength part of it. An MBA student doing business is legitimate. It's nothing illegitimate. How come it can be? So I got a student who used to do a business in Aurangabad, cocoa and care. So he used to deliver 10,000 coconuts every day, and that is one of the best supply chain understanding for him. Like, सुबह ट्रक लेना है and you pick up and then distribute across Aurangabad, but शाम तक उसको पैसे collect करना है. So my appeal to the students is that don't look at whether your teachers encourage you or not. If you want to get educated, today is one of the best times. You got amazing kind of stuff available. You got a college admission, take it, avail the college admission and try to stand on your own legs. And your seniors are going to ready to invest in your companies, avail it. Don't look for conventional thinking of saying that my company may a summer project karunga and then I will become a job holder. No, that's not good. You do a summer project, but along with that, you run a small, tiny business and you understand the business very well, and your employability will increase like anything. These are the points which I suggest. You have to take initiative, you make money, you use your time very well, and you got a great future. And this is our time in the whole world. Today, we can teach. I mean, physics teachers are best in the world from India. That's what people say. That's true. That's true.
ये है अपना time.
I think it's very powerful, no? Like Masters of Business Administration MPA की डिग्री चाहिए तो business करिए तभी आप उसके master बनेंगे.
I'm not saying that you should not take a degree. You must take a degree. But तुम थोड़ा तो business करो ना.
Correct.
उसमें क्या तकलीफ क्या है? उसमें क्या शर्म की क्या बात है? बिजनेस कोई भी बिजनेस करो, मटन का बिजनेस करो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. क्या मटन का भी बिजनेस क्या बड़ी बात है? सब्जी का बिजनेस करो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. कोकोनट्स का बिजनेस, नो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अरे कोई भी करे, फूल का करो, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? दूध का करो, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So doing economic activity, and academic activity should be converted into economic activity, and economic activity should be converted into economic activity. And it's easy to convert today economic to economic and economic to economic. I think I'm not playing with a jargon. This is a real, I mean it. I mean, this is what I say. So actually, I say Mandi sir 1/12. Ek batta 12. Generally, I use this like that. A lot of people say, ek batta 12 kya hai? Bolke bolta. If you're spending 12 rupees for education, if that is a real education, it must make you at least earn 1. At least. 12 खोया कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं, एक तो पाओ भाई. The test of the 11 rupees, whether you lent it or not, is understood in this one. 1/12. And the moment you made 1 rupee, you don't stop. You'll go to 2, you'll go to 3, you'll go to 4. You surpass 12.